Hi, welcome to my retirement roadmap. This video is actually the first of a series of videos to discuss Roth conversions. So this is the middle of November. Actually, I'm recording this on November 15th of 2025. And this is really the big time, thick of the season for considering when to do Roth conversions. Basically, the middle of November, time to get all the numbers together and do some tax projections and see if Roth conversions make sense. So that's what the timing is all here. I want to say that these videos are really going to be rough, unedited. We'll call them beta releases. So but I definitely feel I need to get something out there pretty quickly as we enter into this Roth conversion season. First of all, disclosures. I did want to make it apparent that if you're doing a Roth conversion, I strongly recommend that you talk to a professional before you actually do a significant Roth conversion. That's very important. So what I'm presenting here is strictly education. There is no specific advice at all about Roth conversions here. So it's all meant to be educational and hopefully helpful to folks. I will also be fairly transparent here, or I will be totally transparent, that I am very much a fan of Roth money. Okay, it's just the more Roth in a retirement plan, the better, in my opinion, and that's the way I feel about it. So I have to make sure people understand that. At the same time, I am very aware that it doesn't, does not work for everybody to have this Roth or even do Roth conversions. So I am seeking out ways to show what the reasons to do Roth are and why people shouldn't do Roth, that sort of thing. At the end of the day, I am convinced that the decision to do a Roth conversion or a series of Roth conversions is really more of a psychological decision or an emotional, behavioral. There's ways of saying a right brain decision instead of being a spreadsheet. Okay, because in finance, in financial planning, sometimes we rely on all these spreadsheets and we run numbers and we say, here, this makes sense and this is going to be the best thing for you because financially it's the right thing. But it really is more about how a person feels about this, especially in retirement. Super, super important. So I just want to give a little bit of an introduction here that's kind of interesting. So a month ago, I was at the Bogleheads Conference in San Antonio, Texas. Excellent investment of my time and money to attend that. But it was rather interesting. On Saturday, I'm not naming names, but on Saturday morning, one of the speakers came in to talk basically about IRAs, and he's pretty famous for, like saying your IRAs, your tax-deferred IRAs, traditional IRAs, and regular 401ks, that those are really bad retirement accounts, and especially because of taxes. So they're and basically what he's saying, you want to get your money out of those, and one way of getting out is Roth conversions. Okay, so and I think that's the way I feel. He is very energetic speaker. It's almost like you're at a rally. It was great. I felt good. I was pumped up. I'm on the right track. And I even, in February of this year, I attended one of his 2-day conferences in Orlando and just learned so much about IRAs, qualified retirement accounts, and how all that works, and also the tax implications of what's going on. So just extremely great for me, educational. I pass off this information to my clients, etc. So this is really good. So this is Saturday morning. Then a few speakers later, same Bogleheads conference, another speaker gets up there and basically kind of comes up with a message like, you know what, Roth conversions may or may not be, worth it. It's just like it's not it's not the end all be all. I mean, everybody shouldn't just be doing Roth conversions because it seems to make sense, or that everybody else is doing it, that sort of thing. And he actually walked us through the financials of a Roth conversion, saying this, it's not actually the right perfect thing to do. These Roth conversions aren't, and they may or may not move the needle in your retirement plan, overall retirement plan. So I was like, wow. And it was good for me because I was like, I need to understand why why people are saying, you shouldn't do Roth conversions. It's not what people say it is. So I was like, I'm trying to see that. Of course, we talk about confirmation bias. We typically seek out what we want to hear to confirm our decision. So this was presenting another side of this for Roth conversions. And it kind of bothered me a little bit, of course. But then about a day later, I was thinking about it. I was like, here's the difference between these two speakers. Okay, these two presentations. The first speaker has done Roth conversions. He's significantly older, and is definitely in retirement. Okay, and he's done it, so he can speak with experience. And then the second one, not quite as old. And I know I'm kind of going on about this, but at the end of the day, really, I think this just becomes more of an emotional. How do you feel about it? What makes you sleep better at night? Is it to do a Roth conversion or not? So I think this kind of sets the stage. I'm using my website. There is a page there that talks about Roth conversions. We're talking specifically about Roth conversions. There is a web page there. Now, I'm using this in the screen videos and through the series of these videos. I promise that they will change. They're just, these screens are going to change as I refine this. Again, I mentioned that this is a beta release of these videos, and I'm hoping to update them as we go along. Maybe in a couple of years from now, 3 years from now, they'll kind of look somewhat professional in the end. So that's it. Anyway, I look forward to doing the rest of these videos for Roth conversions.